Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Honestly Let's Talk. I'm your host, Todd Nesloni, and every week I love to bring you a variety of conversations over things that I find interesting. And today I want to talk about creating music. And when I thought about who I could invite, there is a group that I have secretly become obsessed with on Instagram. And I know they probably think I'm a total weirdo stalker because one of my favorite singers on the planet is a Christian singer named Rachel Lampa. And I have been fans of her since she first came out. I remember going to a Brown Bag concert and I was following her Instagram stories and she actually shared about the group that I have on today. And that's how I came to know them. And I was like, well, if Rachel Lampa loves them, I'm going to check out their stuff and follow them too, and have fallen in love with what they're doing. So, ladies, thank you so much for being here. Kind of introduce yourselves and tell everybody who each of you are.
Hi, we're Pie Music, or Pie Sisters, and I'm the oldest. My name is Jez.
I'm Jasmine. I'm the third youngest.
And I am Jessamine, and I am the youngest.
And we're just missing one of our other ones. She's the second oldest. Her name is Joanna.
And I know we said that she had to work tonight, so we want to send her our love and well wishes as well that she couldn't be here. But I'm excited to talk to y'all. So of course I've got to start with the name. I'd love to know, where did the name Pie come from?
Okay, so growing up, we had these nicknames. Mine is Honey. Hers is Sweetie. And then the youngest is Apple. And then the other one that's missing is Cutie. And they kind of just added pie at the end. So, like, it's Honey Pie, Sweetie Pie, Cutie Pie, Apple Pie. And that's just always been our name growing up. People would be like, oh, here are the Pie Sisters. Or, just something like that. And then when we decided to do this singing thing, or the singing group, we were like, well, let's just call it Pie, you know?
I love it. That is so funny that you each have a nickname and it all kind of plays into a pie too. So that's great. Well, obviously, I think all of us wish we could sing on some level. I pretend when I'm by myself that I can sing, but I know my mom was always very clear that I should never sing in public. When did you girls realize that, hey, we kind of have something individually, but also, together as sisters? When did that realization hit you?
So growing up, me and Joanna, the one who is in here, we sang on the worship team with our dad. And then later on, when they got to a certain age, they also joined in singing in the worship team at our church with our dad as well. And so we've been singing together for majority of our lives, and it's been a natural thing for us. So when it came to finally making it official and pursuing this as sisters, we thought it was the easiest thing because we had been doing it for years now, and the harmonies were quick to it. We knew who would sing the melody, and at the same time be fun because it was as sisters. Fun and frustrating, but still a lot more fun.
You mentioned leading worship at your church, and I love that. I always love when a singer talks about how that's kind of how they got started, was doing that and being part of the worship team. And so what do you enjoy most about being part of the worship team at church?
Personally, for me, it's really the fact that I get to, worship with my sisters. That's just something so familiar to me. We all love singing together in general.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah, why do you love being on the worship team?
Like she said, the whole worshiping with our sisters, and then there's just something very fulfilling and warm about worshiping with your family, especially when it's something that's always that I just grew up doing. It was I was born into it, really. So yeah, it's just something that really definitely is a big part of our relationship with each other and with our dad. So yeah.
So, I'd love to know who is the most outgoing and who is the most shy, because I know you're sisters and I know you're in a group together, but I know the personalities, I'm sure, are very varied when it comes to you four. So who is the most shy and who's the most outgoing?
So who's the most shy first?
Oh, okay.
Is it
Depends on
you?
the situation. It always depends on the situation.
I want to say that we'll start with the most outgoing. It's a little tough because us three are the most introverted, and the one sister that isn't here is the most outgoing for sure. She's the social butterfly. She's the one that she'll love small talk and she'll extend small talk. The rest of us will struggle in small talk. But growing up, I think the most shy out of all of us, I want to say, was probably Jessamine, or Apple Pie is what her nickname is. So we'll go like on a scale, like she would be the most, and then it would be you, and then it would be me, and then our most outgoing, most extroverted sister, Joanna, she'd be the one. She carries the energy for all of us. Sometimes she'll, like, if people do ask us questions or try to have any other kind of conversation with us, we can answer so much and then find ourselves drowned out, and then she can carry it, and then she can, with a big smile and everything, and we're just behind her.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, we'll let her talk. Like, oh yeah, she's really good at this. Like, we're just listening. And
Yeah.
She carries that part of the group.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. So how have your parents been throughout this process? Are they super supportive of a potential music moving forward? Or are they just kind of like, okay, this is great that y'all are doing this, but you need to have A, B, C in line too?
No, they're very supportive. Honestly, it was surprising at first because we weren't sure where this was gonna go, like, to begin with, you know. And so us pursuing this is already like a huge step in faith as well. You know, it takes a lot of courage, and then to have our parents behind us, supporting us and encouraging us. They do remind us, like, remember that you're doing this for the Lord. You know, you're not doing it for the people around you, to impress people, to show how great of singers you are, you know. So they definitely keep us grounded when it comes to Pi, for sure.
I love that. Well, you know, you have done lots of different covers that I've seen you share through your Instagram, and you tag artists. And I mentioned, you know, Rachel Lampa was one who reshared it and things like that. Have there been any other artists? What's been a really cool moment of you getting to share your gift and then having the artist kind of react?
Oh, there's another artist. She's a young one too. She's a young artist, and we did a cover of a song she did a duet with another bigger artist, and we tagged her. Again, whenever we tag, we never really expect them to notice because I'm sure they get tagged a bunch. But we were just like, tag her, maybe she'll see it, maybe not. But we loved the song, and she ended up seeing it, and she commented. I remember waking up to just notifications on my phone, and it was consecutive comments, and I was wondering, what's happening? I don't know what's going on, who's commenting. And I could see it was her, and she commented, and then she messed up on a word, and then she recommented that word, and then she kept going. And then on top of that, she messaged us saying it was beautiful, and then she shared it on her page as well too, which that was huge for us because she was the first one. I think Rachel Lampa was the second one, but she was the first one to ever see something that we've done and share it, because like we said, we love the song and we love the message of the song. So for her to be able to see it and then see what we were capable of doing with the song, making it our own arrangement and everything, and loving it at the same time, was an honor. An honor. And then even more so with Rachel Lampa, because we grew up with her and listening to her and trying to hit those notes that she is incredible at. And so when she did the same thing and shared, we were like, oh my gosh, blown away and overwhelmed.
I bet. That's so cool. Well, you know, one thing I absolutely am obsessed with about your stories are when you will take a random topic or a word or a line, and you'll just sit there and write a song on the fly, and it doesn't even sound like you just wrote it on the fly. I'm like, no, they had to have sat here for like hours writing these lyrics. So where did that idea come from? And you know, how do you do that?
no idea when we started it.
So-
Definitely though, it's really these two. They're definitely the ones that like writing a lot. If you like watch them, it's usually her or the both of them. I'm in it occasionally, but for me, sometimes it's like the motivation. They have that drive to like just do it, and sometimes they have to bribe me to like, come on, like
oh yeah.
I'll get you boba if you like write one with me. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then we do it, and it works out, and it sounds good. But just sometimes it takes a little coaxing for me to do it.
Yeah.
But definitely, like the two of them, they're great. They're really great.
It was last year when we decided to come out of hibernation because 2020 was kind of this hiatus year for us.
Right.
And I was thinking of ways to try to get us to do something creative because it's easy to put together a cover, and I knew we were able to do that, and I didn't doubt that, but I thought, what else will allow us to stand out and let people see us, not just for the covers we're able to do, but for the stuff we're able to create from scratch, even if it was just a bit. So I thought of writing on a whim. I first started it spelling the word whim wrong, and it wasn't until it was like for months I spelled it wrong, and then we had a cousin decide to finally correct me, and I thought, thanks for letting me embarrass myself for these months. But I saw that as practice for us, because writing music and getting originals out, especially as a group, is so different from us doing it individually.
Right.
We could do, I mean, we have different minds, and I honestly love writing with them more than I love writing by myself, because I get to bounce ideas off of them and they get to do the same thing. And so what she ends up coming up with, so different and just as beautiful as what Apple or even our other sister gets to come up with. I want to say the one who struggles the most out of all of us will be our other sister, who is missing today. She will refuse to do any writing on a whim, and we were trying to get her to get there. And so that part we love, because it's I want to say I probably love it more. And it's definitely the struggle that reminds us that the process is important when creating something. So when it came to putting together a pie, the beginning of it was so messy and hard. And when we came out, decided to try it up again at the end of 2020, it was just as hard, trying to get all four of us on the same page. So when it comes to writing music and then originals and creating those kinds of things, it's going to be hard too, but we know it's necessary, because we get to pour our heart into something and people get to see who we are in the music that we create. And that's just as important too. And we love that.
And then also, like, going back to like how we started like writing on a whim, because of TikTok. Like TikTok honestly inspired it. Yeah. I remember her and I were like looking like at like music stuff on TikTok, and she's like, we gotta come up with something like different. And I was like, well, maybe we could do something with like writing. And she was like thinking about it, she's like, oh, what if we just like do writing on the spot? And I was like, oh, but that doesn't sound like catchy. And then she's like trying to find like synonyms for like on the spot or like quick. She's like, whim. And so we're like, okay, yeah, let's try writing on a whim. And it sounds like super cool, but it's just hard actually getting to it. But yeah, like you said, the process is important.
And also it gives us an opportunity to engage with the people who also follow us, because then we want them to know that they are part of the growth of Pi. It's not just going to be us and we're going to take everything that they give us. It's what we can also give them too. We love that these people love us too. And again, back to, it's an honor to be noticed. It's an honor to be recognized, and then keeps us humble. Really keeps us grounded. And that is probably the easiest thing for us to do, is just kind of hide there. And so when it comes to our voices being out there and being different, is where we know that's a threshold we kind of have to cross at a point where like getting there and finding ourselves there. And it's pretty exhilarating and scary at the same time.
Well, I'm sure it's got to be really, really good practice for you as songwriters to be able to do that. And I think it's excellent that you're putting it out there because it's also holding you accountable and letting people see your gifts and that you and the talents you bring to the table, and that it's more than just I can sit here and sing a cover song. I can also write these things. I can be silly. I can be serious. Like there's all this great stuff in there. And so I love getting to watch that. And so I've got to ask, and I've already given y'all a heads up, so I can't wait to see what it's going to be. But I would love if you would sing something today as well.
Yeah. You ready?
Man, I just like totally mess up the lyrics. Fine. It's fine. Just play
We're
it
going to
off.
go. Do you want us to do a full song or just a bit of the song?
I want whatever you are willing to sing.
Okay. Do you want us to give you the title or just kind of go for it?
This is your show right now, so you tell me whatever you want to do. I'm just here to enjoy.
Just casually looking at the lyrics real quick.
Hey, no shame there. That's totally. They do that all the. I see on award shows all the time where they have that camera screen at the back with all the lyrics on it, even though the artist has done that song 100 times.
That's true.
So you go ahead.
Just like tape my phone up there so you're looking at anything.
Okay, so do you want to?
She can sing the first one.
You want to sing the first verse?
You want to sing the second?
Where are you going to sign now? No. You do the chorus and I'll sing the
Okay.
second.
Hi.
Okay. You can take the high, take the low. I'll just do my best to sing low.
I guess.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Taking all I have, and now I'm laying it at your feet. Oh, you have every failure, God. You have every victory. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held
when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. Oh, you say I'm yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, I believe.
Oh, that was fantastic. So good. And I am obsessed with that song and with Lauren Daigle. So I love that y'all sing that one. Okay, so anybody listening or watching, they have to go check you out. Where can they find you?
They can find us on Instagram as Pie Music. Same thing on Facebook. And we do have a TikTok as well. Should be under the same Pie Music. We're still currently trying to update our TikTok. We have a YouTube, also currently updating that one. But for sure, a bunch of our most current content is Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Well, I encourage everybody to go follow y'all. Y'all are amazing. I can't wait till y'all blow up big and I can say I had them on my show before millions of people knew about them. So thank y'all so much for making time for me today.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for listening or watching another episode of Honestly, Let's Talk. Remember, you're live every week. You can go check out all the past episodes on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you get your stuff, it's there. I'll see you next week.